Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Alright, I gotta make this video. All you guys out there, who was saying that Shawn Porter would have been stopped by Errol Spence. All of you guys out there, including H Money, who bet me that Errol Spence would stop Shawn Porter. All you guys out there who said that Errol Spence would get him to the body and stop him. What happened? What did I say? What did I tell you guys? Shawn Porter, he ain't nothing but a football fighter. What did I tell you guys? Shawn Porter, Errol Spence gonna get him out of there. Man down. What did I tell you guys? 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 It's boxing. It's boxing. H Money, you got to shave all that hair off your head, H Money. H Money, you got to shave all that hair off your head. And I got lots of hair on my head. Ain't nothing coming off. H Money, where you at, H Money? Talking about Porter gonna be stopped. Who has ever stopped Shawn Porter? Who has ever stopped Shawn Porter? As to my prediction, what did I tell you guys? Now, that fight could have gone either way. We all know this. That fight could have gone to Shawn Porter. It could have gone to Errol Spence. It turns out to be a 50-50 fight. I said it was going to be a 60-40 fight. It ain't even a 60-40 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. That fight could have gone to Shawn Porter. Who was doing the better inside work? Okay, who was doing the cleaner inside work? Errol Spence. Who was doing the better inside work? Shawn Porter. Who was boxing from the outside? Shawn Porter. Y'all said Shawn Porter can't box Errol Spence from the outside. Well, what was he doing? That belt could very readily have been Shawn Porter's belt, and y'all guys know that. So all this stuff about here, in shape street fighter, y'all got to shut the fuck up and don't get it wrong. What did I tell you guys? Errol Spence is the truth. So don't be coming around here saying, oh, Terrence Crawford better than Errol Spence. No. He the truth. But everybody knows, and I said this since 2014, Shawn Porter is a problem for anyone in the welterweight division. I'm going to ask y'all another question. Who is the bigger guy in that ring? By the way, what was Errol Spence doing pushing down on Shawn Porter's head and gripping him up? I thought he said he don't clinch. I thought he said he don't hold. Why was he holding Shawn Porter? I'm just asking. Now, we know Errol Spence was really the favorite to win, so they gave him the decision. I ain't mad at it. But I'm going to say this. Shawn Porter's been in razor close fights. That Kell Brook fight informed Shawn Porter to be able to deal with an Errol Spence. And he was cleaner and he was more accurate on the inside than he's ever been. All right? I don't know what the percentages were. But I'm going to leave it at that. This was a fight that I knew how Shawn Porter's style was. And then when I looked at the Kell Brook fight, it confirmed to me that Shawn Porter's a hell of a fighter. Y'all was talking about Errol Spence jab. Y'all was talking about Errol Spence lead left. Where the fuck were those things? Where were they? Don't get me wrong. Errol's a hell of a fighter. But Shawn Porter's a hell of a fighter too. You got to give credit where credit is due. There's not much that separates Errol Spence from Shawn Porter. There's not much that separates Keith Thurman from Shawn Porter. And hell, there ain't much that separates Kell Brook from Shawn Porter. The problem with Shawn Porter was he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do on the inside of Kell Brook at the time. And he was a lot more wilder against Kell Brook. But there's not much that separates Kell Brook from Shawn Porter, if we're being honest. Shawn Porter is a hell of a fighter. And y'all need to recognize that and give the man his respect. All right? I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to break down the fight a little bit later. Shout out to Tommy Temper. Shout out to Get This Smoke. Shout out to the guys right now watching this video. I got more videos for you guys, so don't worry. We're going to do the breakdown tomorrow. And H Money, you got to pay up now, brother. You know me. I pay up. You saw me pay up to Tommy Temper. You're going to have to pay up on that bet. And for all y'all ninjas that was talking about ERROL Spence going to stop Shawn Porter, what the fuck were y'all thinking? What the fuck were y'all thinking? He going to break down Shawn Porter in the later rounds. And come on, man. Come on. This is boxing. Know your boxing. We got another one. Everybody talking about Kovalov versus Canelo. Kovalov, the bigger dude, and Kovalov might, stop Canelo or some shit like Canelo when he fears Kovalov punch, he gonna start. Okay, we got that one too. It's coming. It's coming. It's boxing. Y'all need to respect what I say. Intangible boxing. Intangible boxing. Now I'm gonna call you out now, Ninja. You said you was right on the. You said you were right. You said you was right on the Anthony Yarde Kovalev fight. What part of right were you on? Right on in the Porter versus Spence fight. What part of it were you right about? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm just asking, Intangible. Now you gotta understand, right? I broke it down like completely. It wasn't like I gave you the result. See, the thing with me is I break shit down. I might get the result wrong, but usually what I say when I break things down, except for certain fights, I've been absolutely wrong on. And again, I'm an honest guy. I'm gonna tell you, when it came to the Klitschko versus Tyson Fury fight, I was absolutely fucking wrong. The Pacquiao versus Thurman, the only thing I got wrong was the result. But everything else, I broke it down. I broke shit down. I broke shit down. Because I break it down. And it's not because of me. The people I listen to are Eric Bradley, Master Boxing, the Fight Doctor. You got to understand. I'm not talking from me. I'm talking from them guys I learned from Barry Robinson. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take credit for nothing. I was listening to the guy from Toledo, Ohio, who they call the Wilder hater, and he was breaking down some great points, and it showed in the fight. Let's talk. Mike Alvarado TV. Mike Alvarado's force protected Porter from Spence's power. That's the real reason. Richard Luca. It was a very close fight. Porter gave Spence the toughest fight of his career so far. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not only the toughest fight, he won. You could argue he won that fight. You could easily argue it because it could have gone either way. Either way. And ERROL didn't leave. Like Porter said, you going to feel me. He made him feel him. And it was tactical too. And Porter can box. And I told you, Porter brings to the table things you've never seen. Did you see the double right hands? Did you see the spear jab on the inside? It's not an uppercut. They go calling it an uppercut. It's a spear jab. All right. Do you see the feint work? Do you see that Porter is a counter combinational puncher? He don't just throw one punch as a counter. He throw 2 and 3. He's special. He's just not accurate with the finish. Even now, his punches are not that clean. It's not as clean as Spence, but don't get it twisted. They landing, and in many of them, did I show you guys the spin move off the ropes? What I tell you? He goad him in, and then he spin him around. He make you feel like you doing something, and then he just turn the game on you. I told y'all that's what Porter would do. I wanted to break down more Porter with the Kell Brook fight that Tommy Temper had, but I couldn't. Did the jab become effective against Porter? No. Porter's jab was more effective. Errol Spence was walking down Porter, then Porter started walking down Errol Spence. Did y'all guys see that? Do you see what he can do? Y'all need to realize Porter not just a dog. He's skilled. He's more skilled than Errol. But as I said before, I said all of this before. Errol got the more home skills. So Errol will be cleaner and more accurate. But Porter, he got a lot of skills. A lot of skills. Some of the skills y'all ain't even seen in boxing in a long time. Only the old timers used to do that. Kenny did a great job with Shawn. That's why Shawn used to win them amateur fights. Shawn is not even Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley wilder than Shawn. And less accurate than Shawn. Shawn's more skilled than Timothy Bradley. Let me turn off these lights. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I just got up. I was knocked out cold. We had this family meeting, and then we had a little family get-together stuff, so I had to get everything done. I got it all done. But, oh, shit, I turned off the wrong light. I got some stuff I got to rope in. Yeah, it was good, though. Porter can do it all, baby. He just got to get a little bit more accurate. His finishing touches is the thing. But I thought that Porter, you could say Porter, you could have given that fight to Porter. You could have given that fight to Porter. I know what I was seeing, and it's not nothing. It's not because I'm a fanboy of Porter or anything. I just knew what I was seeing. Hybrid 95. I've been telling people since my Porter versus Ugas post-fight reaction video that this was going to be a dog fight. It wasn't really a dog fight. It was an inside fight in which Porter was hanging with Spence and had good defense. Spence wasn't catching with everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because everybody favored Spence to win, he got it on the scorecards. But to be honest with you, I thought that, I mean, it's your preference. If like with the Danny Garcia Porter fight, if you like the guy that was doing the cleaner work, you could give it to Errol Spence. If you like the guy that was busier, because Porter was busier than Errol, if y'all guys haven't realized, he was busier than Errol. Errol was picking his shots. The whole card was a banger. I didn't really see the whole card. I didn't even know what happened with Durrell versus Benavidez, to be honest. Richard Lucas said, it felt it should have been a draw, and a rematch will be an idea, but Spence never want the Porter smoke anymore. He didn't want that smoke. He didn't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. But he going to have to face Porter again. He going to have to face him again. Trust me. Maybe at a higher weight class, but he gonna meet up with Porter again. This fight was so action-packed and exciting that I threw scoring out the window. I don't see the edge of my seat. I need to rewatch again to score more thoroughly. Porter definitely won round 4. That was a Porter round. There was a lot of responses and ebbs and flows, but by and large, you could see that Porter was actually giving Spence everything he could handle, and Spence was coming back. He was equal to the challenge, and he had some good D at certain points. But Porter was still tagging his ass. You were right about the size. Porter, to me, looked bigger. He's a bigger dude. He's a 168-pounder. That's why he could take Spence shots. But Porter always being able to take welterweight shots. Porter won, man. Porter won more rounds than Spence. To me, Spence only round 2, 10, 11, and 12. There's an argument for it. There's an argument. I mean, it was a close fight. With this Spence performance, he did not call out Pac-Man. Oh, fuck. He can call out whoever the fuck he wants. Trust me, man. Again, y'all are diminishing Errol Spence's performance, and you're not rating up Porter's performance. Shawn Porter is one of a kind right now. Porter's always going to be a tough fight for whoever. You know what? I'm going to tell you this. The one guy that beats Manny Pacquiao, and I'm certain about it, is Shawn Porter. He will beat Manny Pacquiao. If he faced Manny Pacquiao, he going to beat him. He got that style that will beat Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence might not beat Manny Pacquiao. He might not. But what he showed me against Porter was that he had great composure. That's what made him very good. He had great composure. But and he got nice angles. Don't get me wrong. He got good angles. He's not as quick as Porter, but I'm tell you this, he got good angles. Porter keep on popping him with that jab. Anytime Porter wanted to. Because Porter's a lot more quicker than him. I'm a lot more athletic. That's why Porter get a lot more shots than Errol Spence did. but not as clean. Errol Spence was kind of like the Danny Garcia. People will say, well, Danny didn't do enough. Well, did Errol do enough? You gotta ask yourself that question. You know, so it's kind of like a pick'em fight there. But at the end of the day, Errol got the W. I told y'all, you can't turn around now and trash Errol. You can't do it. You can't trash Errol because he got a split decision win over Porter. No. Y'all was rating down Porter. Errol was talking about how, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go man down Porter, as if this was an easy fight. This was never gonna be an easy fight. He got the W, and that's what matters. I told y'all that. The W is what matters, and he got the belt from Porter. Kudos to him, man. But at the end of the day, we all know Shawn Porter brings it, right? And I gave y'all a wide range of ways in which this fight could have gone. It did not go unanimous decision. I still thought the UD would have been close, 7-5 or something like that. It went split decision. That's how close that fight was. It didn't go majority decision. It went split decision. That's how close that fight was. So anybody saying Shawn Porter don't deserve to be at the top, or he's a slugger, or he's this, or he's that, stop putting the guy down. Give the guy his credit. And that's what I said. All of y'all in boxing right now, you're putting down fighters, man, because they suffered losses. Now, Shawn Porter got a third loss, right? He's got a third loss. That means he's won 6 championship fights, and he's lost 3 out of his 9 championship fights he's had, right? You can't put him down. You cannot put him down. I think if people went into this fight as a 50-50 fight, a lot of people would have said Porter won. A lot of people. I gotta get some water. Let me drink some water. I gotta move this stuff out of here. Yeah, a lot of people would have said Porter won. You know? And I think a lot of people are going to say Porter won. Because we're a 50-50 fight when you think about it. It turned out to be a 50-50 fight. That's what I initially said when I saw this. I said, this is a fucking 50-50 fight. I gotta see the punch stats. I gotta see I gotta see the fight again. I'm just kind of browsed through the fight just a couple minutes ago. I'm gonna look at the other fights on fight cards later. But I knew what I was seeing. All right, H Money, pay up, brother. You gotta pay up, H Money. I never even seen your face. You're gonna have to pay up, H Money. We talking about how Spence gonna knock out Porter. Get the. I'm gonna cuss, but I'm not gonna cuss. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that. Get out of here. That was never gonna happen. These Styles, AKI TV. Errol Spence gonna get Porter out of there. Really? 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 See, now when it comes to the reality of the situation, y'all was talking, that shit don't happen on the elite level like that. These are elite boxers. That shit don't happen on the elite level. Now people gonna look in history and they're gonna say, oh, Shawn Porter, he never could get past the elite fighters. Well, let's put it this way. The judges didn't favor him to win. You know? They didn't favor him to win. Let me see what they put. Fatty McFly said Porter won, man. Porter won. Porter won. Where are we? Porter won the more rounds than Spence. Okay, I talked about it. Richard Lucas said, with this Spence performance, he did not call out Pac-Man. Why not? Why not? Porter's not Pacquiao. If according to boxing, I favor Pacquiao if he faces Pacquiao. If according to boxing rules, Porter won, Spence low-blowed a lot. Yes, he did. The one who was more rough and rugged in this fight was actually Spence. So Spence was expecting a rough and rugged fight. He hit Porter to the low blow Porter. He clinched him up, which is nothing wrong with that. But he pushed his head down, which is nothing wrong with that. It's a fight. Errol Spence had to survive, man. He was in survival mode at certain points in that fight. That's what I told y'all. That's what Porter do. He brings the heat. Pac-Man will smoke Spence. He ain't gonna smoke Spence. That shit ain't gonna happen. In fact, I expect Spence to come back so strong in the middle rounds, Pacquiao gonna have permanent damage to his body for the rest of his life. Pacquiao gonna get the win. He might squeak it out, again, another split decision win, right? But I'm gonna tell you this: after that Spence fight, Pacquiao ain't gonna be the same. That much I do know. You know, but I could see Pacquiao. You know, I see Pacquiao doing this thing against Errol Spence. That's you see, if Pacquiao take a Spence fight after the now again, he would win. I don't think Pacquiao wouldn't beat Errol Spence. I favor Pacquiao to beat Errol Spence in that fight, and not because Errol Spence is again not a good boxer. I favor Pacquiao over anybody. I favor him over Terrence Crawford. I favor him over Errol Spence. I favor him over all of them guys. But what price would Pacquiao pay to get the W? That's the question. He already paid a price that I think will affect him for the rest of his life against Keith Thurman to get the W over Keith Thurman. Is he willing to trade off that for legacy and glory and that kind of shit? Because Pacquiao very well could become undisputed if he wanted to. But it will come at a price. He had to really train his ass off to make sure he well conditioned if he's going to take on Errol Spence, because he's going to take some shots. And that, after taking shots from Keith Thurman, is not a good idea. He should take a softer fight right now. And Danny Garcia is not a soft touch. Mikey Garcia is not a soft touch. I say go down to lightweight or something and face Lomachenko. I mean, if his body can take it, because honestly speaking, you can't be going into tough, grueling ass fights, fight after fight. You're going to break down your body. You're going to definitely have bad damage in your 50s and your 60s. You're not gonna be the same. And you want to be the president of the Philippines? That ain't a good idea. Just, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You can't be doing them kind of heavy fights back to back. He might be a great champion, great legacy and all of that, but at the end of the day, it's going to cost him his health. That's what Floyd understood. And Floyd took a lot of punishment in preparation for his fights. So you got to understand, you can't be taking that kind of punishment. It's going to affect you later on in your life. So while I favor Pacquiao to win against Errol Spence, while I favor him to win over Terrence Crawford, even with his limited style, I favor him to win, which is kind of ironical. And the only reason is because I've seen him with that limited style beat a Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, you don't beat the Keith Thurman's a lot bigger than Pacquiao. Hell of a lot bigger than Pacquiao, right? I think he's more skilled than Pacquiao. All right, and he beat Keith Thurman. And people talking about prep fights and all of that, and all of that's well and good and all of that, but at the end of the day, he ain't supposed to beat Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He ain't supposed to beat Keith Thurman. And he did it. So I would pick him over Errol Spence because he ain't supposed to beat Errol Spence. He's not supposed to beat Errol Spence. But I don't think he would smoke Errol Spence. That ain't happening. Fatty McFly says, I wanted Porter to win so I can see Porter versus Pacquiao. Yeah, that would be a hell of a fight. Both these guys showed to me that they belong at the championship level. That's why they're two world champions. It was a unification fight. They were two world champions. Pac versus Porter will be a bloody fight. Yep. Several different ways. Yep, there'll be blood. It will be a bloody fight, no doubt about it. Mike Alvarado KOs Porter inside of 4 to 5 rounds. Porter's tough for everybody except for Mike Alvarado. Hybrid 95, you're making me dizzy. Sin Amosia, Porter won. Spence got a political win. I mean, look, this fight could have been a draw. You know, it could have been enjoyed. It's what you like. It's what you like. If you like the cleaner punching, Errol Spence is your man. If you like the activity, the busyness, and the scoring with the busyness, but not the clean scoring, Porter is your guy. You know what I'm saying? Porter was effective, but not all his punches were clean. So it's technical. Porter was I think the more effective guy in the fight, but he wasn't the cleaner puncher. Clearly, he wasn't. So I mean, Porter showed us he was more effective. He changed Errol Spence's style. If you get what I'm saying, Errol Spence wasn't Errol Spence in that fight as much as he would normally be. Errol had to be more of the boxer, more of the guy selecting the shots, picking the shots. I told y'all Errol's punch output wouldn't be as high because Shawn would be throwing back. Errol didn't have that, so he had high punch output, throughput, because it was a one-sided fight usually. And this fight wasn't. Shawn overwhelmed Errol at times. Huh? Shawn was the guy with the highest throughput. Shawn's throughput was falling. Nope. I told y'all this is like a Marcus McDonald versus Floyd Mayweather. Didn't I say that? And you know what's the funny thing? In this fight, Shawn did not showcase all his skills. He only showed some of them. Shawn got more skills than that. And Kenny knows that. Right? I told you it was a pick 'em fight. The judges picked Errol to win. And they're free to do that. You got going right away. Could have been a draw. Pick 'em fight. Does Porter ever give you boring fights? No. Shawn Porter, baby. Anyway, guys, I see you guys are serious boxing heads because you guys are up. That's the reason. I was sleeping all the time. I just got up. I was tired. After hosting a thing, I still got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Oh, man. What time is it now? 4 something in the morning. Yeah, guys. I'm going to catch you guys later. Talk more boxing. Try not to curse and swear, man. I was in control. We'll talk more boxing, man. I don't care that I was right. What I care about is you guys giving Shawn Porter the respect he deserves. That's all. This is boxing. Errol's not gonna get a man down like that. Now you see why Derek James and Errol was so vociferous against Shawn Porter. They knew what they were getting into. Good fight. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Tommy Temple, I'm still trying to get this sound thing so I can break down the Shawn Porter versus Kell Brook fight. Good fight. 2. Take care, man. I'll catch you guys later. Nice to see you guys. Don't forget, thanks for the likes, people. You can also donate to my channel. I'm trying to work on something online where you guys can just put the money in. It's hard though, but we'll see what we can do. Don't worry. We're gonna do some greater things with Tommy Tampa and get this smoke. We're working on some stuff. Them good boys. Them good guys, man. I'm your boy, guys. We're gonna get it done. And some of you guys out there, I'm gonna put this challenge to you guys. Let me see if you all crazy like me, and like Shawn and all these other professional boxers. If you want to get into boxing, you gotta be a little crazy in your head. You gotta be. All right. If you want to get bopped upside the head, you gotta be a little crazy. It's just what it is. If you guys in the YTBC got beef with each other, my challenge to you guys is get your visas and stuff in order, get a plane ticket, and fly across. Settle that beef in the ring. Knuckle up. I want to see you guys start doing that. Show them that you're a real boxing fan. Settle it in the ring and film it. You feel me? You can put some of the money to charity or whatever. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, all you beefers better be able to knuckle up and put it together and put it down. That's how we do. I don't hear nobody talking about no Glock and no gun and all that shit. Because none of y'all, most of y'all guys be talking, but y'all ain't. And if you have to talk about Glock and a gun, how you got to pull out your Glock or pull out your gun, that's stupid. You just pull it out. You don't tell nobody nothing. You just pull your Glock out and you fire shots. That's how it's done. You know what I'm saying? If you're serious. Besides that, shots fired can be done figuratively, metaphorically, or otherwise. I really don't give a damn. My thing is, stop being pussies and behaving like gossipers and speaking about each other and trying to pull files on each other. Instead of that shit, listen, you seriously about it? You really a boxing fan? Use these. Show them what it is. I love that. It's a fair fight. You know, you can get your frustrations out or whatever. You know? So that's what I want to do. If anybody got beef with me, or I got beef with anybody in the YTBC, why don't we settle it in the ring? And that could change everything. That could make boxing very entertaining. You see that? That's what Logan Paul, KSI is doing. And they're making money off it. You know? And I think some of you guys are going to appreciate boxing a lot more when you guys have to actually do it. I mean, which sport in the world, you know, where the fans don't even do the sport? You just watch it. Hockey. If you like hockey, you're probably going to do it somewhere. American football. If you like it, you're going to at least do it, practice it in the backyard somewhere. Right? Or with friends and family. I mean, with boxing. I'm not no fucking couch potato sitting down 300, 400 pounds. Now, I see some of you guys, you got your channels and shit, but you fat as fuck. Out of shape. Talking about boxing, most of the time you're talking about gossip. Give some of your channels credit because some of you guys actually do interviews and shit. How can you be a boxing fan and you never boxed? I don't understand that shit. Never at all? Tommy Temper, my dude. What was your prediction? So you gotta understand. Fighters supposed to say they're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna stop him. How many times we said we are spend some points? Technically, you kind of got it. Not really, but you technically kind of got it. Technically, I mean, officially, Spence won on points, right? But, I mean, that's an example of a 50-50 fight. Here, pick him. What do you like? And then it's Shawn Porter. And Porter brings the heat. Spence got the W. Spence got touched up. Porter always got touched up. The question is, could Spence handle it? Man, Spence said he ain't gonna be holding. He held. Porter's trouble. Told you guys that. Anyway. I want you guys to respect Shawn Porter. Respect what he does. This was a year of upsets. All the underdogs. So was it fair that Porter was a 8-1 underdog? No. No, it wasn't. But you know, honestly, this is one of those fights where I gotta say, judges was never gonna give Porter to win if it was close. It's just what it is. This is one of those fights. Everybody was already talking down Shawn Porter. He over-exceeded what people thought he was going to do, and yet they wouldn't give him the decision. I gotta see what his connect percentage was. If his connect percentage was 25%, he probably won the fight. He looked pretty accurate to me. Not clean, though. Not clean like Spence. But did Spence do enough to win? You gotta ask yourself the question. I actually had to rewatch it to tell you. But, close fight. Very close. Very close fight. Porter did what he do. Porter did Porter. Spence had to make adjustments, which he did. No. Hybrid 95 says, now everyone's acting surprised that Porter can fight. You see? What did I tell you guys? I said, y'all will come on here, acting all surprised and everything. Right? I said all of this before. You know that. Hybrid 95. And I'm not a Porter fan like that. I'm not a fanboy. I just know what he could do. I'm not a fanboy or nothing. I mean, I am a fan of Porter, but like I'm not a fanboy. You know, my dude, what's his name? I don't remember his name. He says, okay, look. Okay, look. Yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about. Popular champ. Stays fit and everything. He was saying, Showbiz the adult, right? He was saying if Mike Tyson was a welterweight, he would beat Floyd Mayweather. All right. I laughed. He said, if you believe that Mayweather would have beaten Mike Tyson, because he's talking about based on speed, right? If you think Mayweather could have beat Mike Tyson, then you sucking Mayweather's dick, right? So I gave a reason why I think Mayweather would beat Mike Tyson. I said, Mike Tyson don't know how to fight off the back foot. Here come forward fighter. You never see Mike Tyson taking a step back and boxing on the outside or even boxing on the inside, moving backwards. Here come forward fighter. That's why Lennox Lewis pieced him up. They're making all the excuses. Mike Tyson wasn't the same Mike Tyson as the Mike Tyson. This man basically was the same fighter. It wasn't that quick. Right? They're basically the same fighter. He come forward fighter. He cannot fight off the back foot. He just can't. He can't. So if you started pushing back, it's over. That's what Lennox Lewis did. Evander Holyfield smothered him so he couldn't work on the inside. What did Floyd Mayweather do? He gonna smother you on the inside. We saw it with Manny Pacquiao. And Mike Tyson would have been a very aggressive come forward fighter. But I'm gonna tell you this. He wasn't going to be faster than Amir Khan. And it's boxing. Timing trumps speed. Yeah, he could have been as fast. He could have been lightning fast. It really don't matter. We saw a faster Manny Pacquiao get beat by Eric Morales. We saw a faster Manny Pacquiao get knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. It's timing. I'm talking boxing right now. I'm talking boxing. I ain't trying to. You see, people think I worship Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna bring back up Floyd Mayweather. You know, like you guys talk about. But I'm trying to show you guys is. I'm not saying Floyd Mayweather is the greatest that ever boxed. I never said that. But when it comes to boxing, this guy literally, I watched the dude. That's what I'm telling you. I watched the dude and I realized almost anything you bring to the ring, this guy's ready for. Well prepared fighter. Not the most flashy. He's pretty, but he ain't the most flashy. I think Roy beats him back on flashiness, pizzazz, and showmanship. But he was the most consistent. Most consistent. Am I being honest? Now, somebody who's sucking Floyd's nuts would give every superlative they could ever think about. But if you really listen to me, I'm giving you guys the truth. I told you guys, in my opinion, Manny Pacquiao is the greatest of this era and possibly the greatest of all time. That's not an overstatement. You understand what I'm saying? This is where I come from. I come from guys who, and I don't know nothing. I don't even know 1/100th of the guys who I look to. Eric Bradley, Barry Robinson, Precise Striking. What's this man's name? All these coaches. These are the guys online I look at. Then I listen to the fighters. Then I listen to the trainers in the business. I listen to the interviews. I listen to what they say. And I began to realize boxing is not what you guys think it is. You guys think boxing is something else. It's not that, And so and then when I started to actually apply myself to boxing, which is a hell of a difficult sport to really try and learn at this age. When I started applying myself to boxing, not banging, not fighting, boxing, I realized how much these elite fighters and these professional fighters know. I listened to another person talk about one thing. It was a trainer, and he said a lot of the old school stuff has been lost. You know, and he said boxing starts with your feet. So true. It really starts with your feet. You know, it's not. It does not start with your hands, right? OG Bob, he is one of the mentors of Virgil Hunter. He's still alive. And OG Bob was talking about Floyd Mayweather. You know, how people didn't appreciate the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. But he said for the old school guys, they appreciate it a lot. You know, but politics. So you hear Sugar Ray Leonard say that was a stinker and so on. You hear them doing this, but they actually loved and appreciated what he was doing behind closed doors. And it's sad. Errol Spence is going to have to do the same thing. He going to realize his power don't mean shit at the elite level. Power don't mean shit. You might be able to punch down a horse, right? And everybody got infatuated with power because of Mike Tyson. But when Mike Tyson started facing elite fighters on his level, power don't mean shit. So when I hear people talk about Thomas Hearns, man, he could have knocked out this and that. It don't mean shit if you're facing a fighter who could nullify your power. Take it away. Y'all talking about Sergey Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez. What did I tell you guys? Canelo got what? It's called defense. Why did Errol Spence not be able to knock out Mikey Garcia? Because Mikey Garcia got defense. He was never going to knock out Mikey Garcia. It was never going to happen. You guys understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to be right. I am saying this so you would learn some fucking boxing. This is boxing. It's not MMA. I don't know how MMA go. Maybe you guys think that MMA is choking on a guy and shit like that. That's totally different. I don't know nothing about MMA. But when it comes to boxing, and I'm not interested in MMA, but when it comes to boxing, if you got defense, you got defense. And defense carries you so far in boxing. So far in boxing. You look at most of the very good defensive fighters in history, they never got knocked out. Never. Nobody sparked them out. All right? And they won the far majority. Well, there's some guys like Strickland who didn't win the majority of the fights. They lost most of their fights, but he was a defensive fighter. He just didn't have offense. All right? So I'm just saying to you guys, you got to understand these things. So Kovalev landing a punch on Canelo, hurting Canelo, keeping Canelo on the outside, like y'all thinking, because he's got a great jab, Canelo not going to get past that jab and all that stuff. Very highly unlikely. So again, D Styles and Company Limited, you guys going to realize when you see the fight, and you will, and when you see what Canelo does to Kovalev within the space of a few rounds, that fight ain't going the distance. I'm telling you guys, this is one of the, see, you guys always predict the wrong fights not going the distance. So y'all say, Errol gonna put out Shawn. This fight is not going the distance. Well, but see, this is a fight where it won't go the distance. And the reason is because of Kovalev's susceptibility to punches to the body. And that's not going to change. That's just what happens. They can try and strengthen them how much they want. They're wasting their time. They need to work on things that Kovalev does well and leave them other things and say, you know what? We just got to, we got to make sure, when you do these things well, that it keep him from getting on the inside, which he will do anyway. Canelo's going to get to the inside. It's just what it is. He's going to work that body. He's going to drum his ass. And then they're going to knock him out. It's just what it is. Right? And all this talk about Canelo has problems with the jab. Okay, we'll see. Andrew Ward had problems with the jab. He ain't Canelo. Andrew Ward's not an inside fighter like Canelo. He does some things good on the inside, especially in tying up and landing punches on the inside. He has a very good, and that's the thing that if he would have faced Canelo, it'd be a totally different story. But Kovalev facing Canelo? No, 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 my friend. No. No, you guys are misreading that one. Kovalev versus Canelo is a different story, right? Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter is a different story. Errol Spence can handle himself on the inside. Kovalev don't know how to do that. He just doesn't. Canelo drops Kovalev in 3. Yes, sir. That's a very high possibility, even though I think that Canelo, while he will drum the body, I don't think he's going to get immediate results. It's going to take a little while. He's going to go straight to the body. I don't know. It could possibly happen in 3. It's possible he could drop him in 3. It's very possible because Canelo could just get to business. Get straight to business. Once you see, it depends on Kovalev. So if Canelo's going to assess him, see what his jab do, see what Kovalev do, and then from there he would know, okay, let me just get to business and stop this. He might just change modes and be the Rocky Fielding Canelo. He realized, okay, that's all you got. Okay, right, and then step to him and just finish it off, right? Or depending on how difficult Kovalev is with his jab and with his movement and with what he's doing, he may assess him. And assessing, what it means is you assess behind your defense. So I'm assessing you behind my defense. I'm out in my offense, don't get me wrong. I'm doing my thing, but I'm also assessing you behind my defense to see where, okay, this is what this is. Okay. So, and don't be surprised he walking down Kovalev. Don't be surprised about that. Because of his movement. Again, getting a beat on Canelo's rhythm, getting a beat on his timing. These are important things, timing and rhythm. You see, these are the things that a lot of people don't understand. It's boxing. And boxing is kind of like a fight. Fighting is kind of like dancing. Fighting is like dancing. Except dancing, the rhythm, the choreography. So the boxer himself knows his rhythm and his choreography. He may mask it at certain times. But then the opponent, he mustn't know that. Because if I don't know your time and I don't know when you're going to do what, when you're going to do what. So it doesn't matter that I know what you do in that ring. It's when you do it that may be a problem. You see? When you do it. So I may know that you throw a lead right against the southpaw. I know that. You're famous for doing that. The problem is I don't know when you will throw that lead right. The rhythm. Okay. Roller Polar Bear says, I'll let you know my decision after the fight. Andrew Ward better keep his ass in retirement. Andrew Ward better keep his ass in retirement. Stay retired, Andre. Virgil talking about Andrew will need 2 to 3 fights. Keep your ass in retirement, man. Let the young bucks do their thing. Andre want to get that. Andre want to chase that paycheck. He said easy money. I don't like that, man. Let Canelo have his shine, man. Don't just come out of retirement, beat Canelo's ass, and then go back into retirement. That's just wrong. I know Manny Pacquiao doing it, but he's not in retirement. He's still in the game. Andrew could do whatever he wants, but I'm just saying. Andrew said he might need 2 to 3 tune-up fights anyway. I just don't think Andrew should come back in the game, period. I think he should stay retired to be an example to other fighters. He don't need that extra money. We all know Andre would beat Canelo. Anybody who does not know Andre wouldn't beat Canelo, man, y'all got to be tripping. We know. I don't even have to think about this. See, Andre, because let me tell you why. Andre is more experienced than Canelo. Andre been in the game longer than Canelo. Andre never lost a fight. Period. Whether pros or amateurs. Andre fights at a high level, both on the inside, on the outside, and at mid-range. Okay? So if you're talking about Canelo, you'd be joking, Roller Polar Bear. Kawasaki challenges the overall winner. Now you just clowning. All right. Hopkins comes back and smokes some more. Okay. You just joking. You doing the Mike Alvarado shit. Okay. Spence needs to sign a 20 contract with Top Rank so we can see Spence versus Cavaliers. Top Rank still got matchups right now. Ooh. Ah. All right. So. This is another PBC fight. This was a pay-per-view. So in terms of pay-per-views this year with PBC, they hit and miss. What I mean by that is Keith Thurman versus Manny Pacquiao was the most exciting pay-per-view for the year. Most exciting pay-per-view for the year. Then you had, actually, Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter is also a very exciting pay-per-view. Both were split decision fights. Did you guys realize that? And so the favorite did win both fights, but I mean, with both fights, you could argue that the other guy won. Well, you could argue more for Shawn than Keith Thurman. It was a closer fight with Shawn. Keith Thurman got dropped, right? In that body shot in the 10th round. But with Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter, that could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. It was a close fight. Hell of a great job, Kenny Porter, you did with your son. Sorry you don't have the WBC belt. He should have kept his strap, but it is what it is. Shawn got my respect. Always did. Been a fan of him since 2014, I think, or 2015. I think before the Kelbrook fight, I was a fan of Shawn Porter. So, yeah, I think I've said enough about this. We're gonna chop it up a little bit later. Pay-per-view needs to go away. It was invented by a greedy Don King. The Super Bowl ain't on pay-per-view and collects billions. Why do you think pay-per-view need to go away? No, man. Pay-per-view is great for boxing. It's great for boxing. When fighters reach a certain status, now all their fights need to be pay-per-view. Depends on the matchup. But when it's pay-per-view worthy, yeah. I mean, that fight was pay-per-view worthy. That fight was pay-per-view worthy, man. And now Shawn Porter has done his first pay-per-view. And you got to understand, pay-per-view doesn't just help. Pay-per-view doesn't just help. Doesn't only entertain us as fans, but it also helps the boxers because they get back in off the pay-per-view. So I'm not against pay-per-view. It has its place. Just that I just think certain fights shouldn't be pay-per-view. Like, for instance, Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan. Amir Khan faded fighter. What the fuck you was doing a pay-per-view for? ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pacquiao versus Adrian Broner, I don't think that should have been a pay-per-view. And the other fight, well, Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia was going to be a pay-per-view. It ended up being a dud, but, because Mikey Garcia jumped up 2 weight classes and is a very popular fighter, that deserved to be a pay-per-view. But the Adrian Broner Manny Pacquiao fight, I didn't think it deserved to be pay-per-view. I think they only had a pay-per-view because of Pacquiao, but Broner did nothing to contribute to make that a pay-per-view. He had a big name, but he ain't done nothing. He been beat by every single high-profile fighter. And it wasn't even a close fights. So that didn't deserve to be pay-per-view, but it was. Anyways, people, man, I'm going to be bouncing. You guys are going to see me later sometime during today talking about these fights. Maybe I'll be on a hangout or something. I don't know. You guys have a good one. I'm going to still try and break down that fight, Tommy Temper, for you. We ain't done. I told you, Canelo versus Kovalev. I got Canelo. Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. I got Andy Ruiz. I'm sorry, Anthony Joshua. I like you and everything, but Andy Ruiz is going to beat your ass again. You're going to get beat again. It's just what it is. So, these are fights I can call because I know styles make fights. Styles make fights. Remember that. Right? I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.